So, this is the story. A generation of American men give up on college. I just feel lost. The number of men enrolled at 2 and 4 year colleges has fallen behind women by record levels and a widening education gap across the United States of America. This story was published on September 6, 2021. Today is September 8th, 2021. Now, what's funny is now everybody's looking at the Wall Street Journal and they're paying attention to this story. Chances are a lot of women out there are trying to push their young boys into school. But what's interesting is this story right here was published January 19th, 2021. So this was published back when they would have been watching enrollment for September 2020 and winter of 2021, which would have started in February/March. And basically, they were saying the exact same thing. They were basically warning us back in January about this. The pandemic is speeding up the mass disappearance of men from college. Now, the first thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to keep this really simple because I really wanted to do a long rant on it, but it's really better to kind of do these things as a discussion and do a live panel about it if anybody really cares. But the question is, why are men turning away from college? I'll make it very simple for you. They can post all the stats, they can post all the numbers they want, but the bottom line is that more and more men are realizing that if they go to college, they're going to end up so deep in debt that it's going to take them a very long time to work themselves out of the debt. I myself went to undergrad. I went to college and got myself a bachelor's. I went to school from 1999 till 2005. It took me a little extra time because I went and studied abroad in China, and the classes that I was studying in China was simply business class and Mandarin language classes in China. And I could have graduated a little bit earlier, but I felt like taking some time away and getting out and seeing the rest of the world. A lot of young males, they're not interested in taking on these levels of debt because they can see from their older brothers, their older sisters, they can see it from their parents, just how hard the struggle to pay back these student loans is. So you have a couple of quotes in this story. Well, how do you go away to college and leave your family struggling when you know that if you just worked right now, you can help them right now with those everyday needs? The thing about males can see the struggle in their family, and males, regardless what liberal feminism has tried to do in this country, males understand their masculine role in a family. They understand what patriarchy means, even if they don't know what it means. They understand it. It's instinctive. When they see their parents struggling, they know that they are younger. They know that they are stronger. They know that all they have to do is get out there and start working. They can make some money. The problem ultimately is that this society that has been built up by this, I call it the college industrial complex, just like we have a military industrial complex. They have basically told you already, if you abstain from college, you are going to end up making $1 million less over your lifetime than someone who goes to college and gets a college degree. They're saying basically the average male will basically be making minimum wage, and that the college degree holder is going to probably be making twice as much, if not 3 times as much, as the minimum wage worker. Because, and I'm going to get to that in a second, they say despite the allure of a paycheck versus going into debt and spending years pursuing a degree, the reality is that a lot of these young men at 17 or 18 years old get up working 12-hour shifts, getting married, buy a truck, get a mortgage, and by the time they are 30, their bodies are broken. But here's the problem, guys. That's what being a man is supposed to be. That is the reason why women outlive men. Men do dangerous, difficult, dirty jobs. You do not see women building bridges. You do not see women mining diamonds and mining coal. You do not see women working on oil rigs and drilling heavy oil and stuff. Now, I know that what you're going to try to do is say, oh, well, I've got a picture right here that shows a woman flying a fighter jet and building an oil. Listen, that is the exception to the rule. Men's bodies are designed for this weight. They have an old saying. They say, loads are made for shoulders, not for hips. They're saying that men do difficult, dirty, dangerous jobs. That's the reality. You can try to deny it with that liberal feminist bullshit, but men do the majority of dangerous, difficult, and hard jobs. That's the bottom line. Men get paid for that. Men expect to come home to their working wife. The guy got married here. Their wife who's keeping the house clean, keeping those kids clean, has food on the table for him, and has some good warm WAP waiting for him. To quote Cardi B, she's got the WAP waiting for him. So he'll go out, make that money. When I was a kid, they used to call it bring home the bacon. Make that money, bring it back, feed his family, and then he gets that WAP in order to recharge him and get him ready to go back to the oil derrick the next day. Young men understand this. No matter how you try to confuse and deflate the gender roles, men understand it because they can take a look at their parents and they can see the struggle. They know what they're supposed to do. You can't change them. They know what they're supposed to be doing. But liberal feminism has been tearing down men. Liberal feminism has been tearing down men. Whoa, look at this quote. We have a lot of young men who are completely disengaged from our society because, quite frankly, they don't feel that they're being valued as men. Think about that. Think about what they've been telling you. Oh, you don't have to assign a gender to your baby. Are you fucking kidding me? When I'm in the hospital and I take a look at that kid, if that kid has a penis, you're getting called a male, kid. On your birth certificate, I'm checking where it says male. If I look down and you got a vagina, you're getting checked off as a female. Fuck that liberal feminist bullshit. And until you understand that you are at war with an indoctrination that's trying to destroy you, until you understand that you are at war with these people, you're going to continue to look at people just like right here, Pedro Hidalgo, a senior. He says the teachers in the middle school helped him because I became more confident with my abilities. Not even just as a student, but as a person. So he's okay. I'm glad Hidalgo's doing good. But you got to understand that the other ones, this kid right here, oh shit, I'm not paying you. No. Get off my screen. I'm not paying you. No. I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you at all. No. Okay. You're going to end up just like this kid right here. Hidalgo's doing okay. In fact, I think that's actually something interesting to mention because the thing about it is, in our last census, the last census they just did, they said, in fact, I'll type it up. Census, Hispanics and Asians are leading while whites and blacks are falling behind. Oh, look right there. See, the problem is I have a mind where I can take in large amounts of information and then crush it into something smaller. Oh, well, look right here. It says that Hispanics, Asians, multiracial Americans are growing sharply in numbers, and then they go on to say that whites are falling behind. As you probably know, because of these stats that get tracked, they say that more and more black males are abstaining from marriage. They are abstaining from childbirth and family planning. So over 51% of black males are single and have no children. But if you look at the census, I looked at all this data. It was a lot of data. I read most of it. And they were explaining that Asians and Hispanics are growing in America while whites and American blacks are falling behind. There's a reason for that. They have a culture that locks them in. Asian women have a culture. Asian men have a culture that they are perpetuating. I don't know how much you know about history, but they had something called the Chinese Exclusion Acts where they would let men from China and Asia in to work, but they wouldn't let women in because they didn't want them building families. Yes, it was racist, but they understood back then that when other cultures come to this country, they are going to keep their culture and shun American culture, and they are going to keep their gender roles exactly what they should be. Americans are being replaced. They're looking right now, somebody in the government somewhere, some secret room, star chamber, they're looking at blacks and whites and they're like, you know what, these motherfuckers are not productive. The health of this nation is live births. We're going to replace these motherfuckers. Who are we going to replace them with? Who are we going to replace them with? Afghanis. U.S. to give each incoming Afghan evacuee up to $2,275 in aid. You're getting replaced. You heard about me? You heard me? You're not fucking. You're not having kids. You're worthless. The health of the state is live births. The health of the state is live births. If you're not having children, we don't need you. What are we going to do with you? Just give you welfare checks? Biden dropped that $300 tax credit, child care credit. You ain't getting no more welfare checks. We're done with you. No. We're going to give your money over to these Afghanis. We're going to do exactly what we did in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're going to, just like they brought in Somali refugees, we're going to pay them welfare, and they're going to build the future. Because y'all ain't doing it. Liberal feminism has destroyed American patriarchy culture to the point where men are abstaining from dating. They're abstaining from everything. They're abstaining from women playing video games. Oh, you want me to sound like a professional? Oh, okay. The findings, which included 2,000 young men and women, indicate that the proportion who say that they have not had a non-romantic sexual encounter in the past year has risen from 11.7% to 15.2%. I don't need your stats to know that the young males are abstaining from dating and abstaining from college. Men are logical. They see that this debt is crippling them in their future. They abstain from college. Men are logical. They see that women are toxic now. They see that dating and saying the wrong thing to a woman might get you a rape charge. They're seeing that dating and saying the wrong thing to your wife, well, not dating your wife, but marrying your wife and not having not being perfect, not being like that guy on Instagram, might get your ass divorced. Divorce is up. Childbirth is down. Men are logical. They're not going to go for this shit. What is that war game? You remember that movie War Games? War Games? What was the theme of that movie? War Games theme. What was that theme in that movie War Games? They said the only way to win is not to play. Where is that? Where is that? You'll probably, shall we play a game? You'll probably don't even remember War Games. Y'all don't remember this movie right here. The only way to win is not to play. That was the theme that we got out of this movie. This is just the soundtrack. Y'all don't remember this movie. It was a movie about a military computer that was planning to blow up the world, kind of like Skynet. And this kid had to get in there and play a military game with it or some shit in order to convince it not to, or to shut it down or something like that. But basically the theme was the only way to win is not to play. Men are logical. So you're telling me that if I go to your college, get this bullshit, worthless liberal arts degree, you're telling me that I might make a little bit more money, but I'm going to be saddled in debt for the next 20 years? Nah, I'm not going to sign up. Oh, you're telling me that if I date this chick, I might end up with a rape charge, or I might end up being labeled a predator, or I might end up getting divorced? Okay, well, I'm going to stay single. That's what men do. Men think, evaluate a situation, and they're like, you know what? I ain't doing this. I don't like this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Which leads me back to this one. I find it so interesting that this story right here, this story mostly fell on deaf ears. The Hershing report, the Hetching report. This story, nobody really noticed it. This story, everybody noticed it. Now, you can come up with your reasons as to why nobody noticed it. Let's take a look at this young quote-unquote man right here, since I know the liberal feminists don't want me to label him a man, but I'm looking goddamn right at him. He's a guy. So anyway, let's take a look all the way around this room. Well, he's playing video games. He's got a PS5. Do you know how hard it is to get a PS5? He says, you know what, fuck college. I don't need college. I got a PS5. Uh-oh. Young men are choosing video games over casual hooking up. Gee, I wonder if there's a correlation between these two things. This kid he's a male, can't even fix his shades. Let me tell you something. In my house, I got vinyl shades. I went to Home Depot. I got the shade. Now, y'all didn't even notice this. Nobody said this. I noticed this. I went to Home Depot. I got those shades where you just pull them straight up, pull them straight down. There is no twist tie. Or look at this. He has no idea how to fix his shades. Now that's some mechanical work right there. He has no idea how to do it. Let's look closer at him. I called him a young man. Look at this. Purple nails? What the hell are you doing, kid? Purple nails? He's walking around with a chain around his neck. Are you a slave? Why do you have a chain around your neck? And not the cool Italian gold chains. No. He's got a chain around his neck like he's being led around by some dominatrix. A white Apple Watch? And purple fingernails? Really? Really? He's got some type of reward here, and he's got an award here. I don't know what that's for. I'd like to read it. I can't read it. I don't know what it's for, but it's obviously not for being masculine. I can tell you that. He's got a tripod, so that must mean he's setting up home videos or something. I see he's got this little piano over here, so somebody sent him to school. He learned how to play piano. Obviously, he's not doing much with it. You know, I don't really know because I've never heard of him before. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel. But he's sitting back playing video games. Can't even fix his shades. He's got a chain around his neck. He's got purple fingernails. Hey, ladies, how interested are you in dating this guy with these purple fingernails and the chain around his neck? Because every single thing that he's showing me shows me that he probably grew up with a single mom household. Because if I was his father, I'd be like, get that goddamn shit off your fingernails right now. Take that chain off your neck before I choke you with it. But I believe that he didn't grow up. What's his name? Daniel Briles. I don't think he. Oh, and it says he's in his home. So he's got two parents who don't have their foot on his neck. Daniel, get up, Daniel. You know what? I had parents just like that because I'll be perfectly honest. I had parents who had to do the same shit. Daniel, get up, Daniel. It's time to go to work. It's time to get a job, Daniel. Take that goddamn shit off your fingernails, Daniel. Get up. Time to go out and make some money, Daniel. Come on outside. I'm going to show you how to mow the lawn or something. Daniel, this is what American males have been turned into. They're sitting at home, 35 years old, playing PlayStation 5. That's what he's got, the Move controller right there. I can see all this shit. He's got the headphones. He's sitting there playing online video games. He's obviously got a computer. It's hidden right back here. You got the computer. You can see the wires. He has shitty cable management. Doesn't even have good cable management. Look at his cables. Got the computer over here. He's got like a Louis Vuitton Gucci bag or something like right here. A little bowling bag. He's living in his parents' house. How old is he? How old is Daniel? I don't know. Oh, yeah, I can't. I'm not paying y'all, Wall Street Journal. I'm not paying you. So the bottom line is somebody else can tell me how old Daniel is. Daniel is aging in place. Daniel is the next incel. Young men are choosing video games over casual hooking up. My man Daniel right here is the next incel that you hear about who goes and rages against women somewhere. This is what America is producing. They're producing Daniels. What's his last name? Briles. They're producing Daniel Briles. Purple fingernails, white Apple Watches. He doesn't even have the black strap. White Apple Watch. Chains around his neck as if he was snatched from Africa and brought here a slave. He's got a chain around his neck. That chain is dead. Daniel, what does he say? I just feel lost. Well, Daniel, if you're listening to me, I don't mean to rail against you, Daniel, because it's not about you. You are being destroyed by this liberal feminist agenda and culture. I'm not railing against you, Daniel. All I ask is that you take this shit off your fingers. Take that bracelet, or just take it off because it doesn't look manly. Take this chain off your neck. Go to Walmart, get yourself some shades that they have without the wires that you just pull down, pull up, and get out of your parents' house, get a job, learn how to be a breadwinner, Daniel. I have nothing against you, Daniel. Fix your desk and fix your cable management. I have nothing against you. But this is what we are creating here. We're creating a bunch of males who have no idea how to be men. We're creating a bunch of females who have no idea how to be females. That's what we're doing. The women are taking out loans. What is it? 1.9 trillion. Where's our national debt? What is it? Let's see. Yeah, why not? National debt clock. Yeah, nobody checks this because nobody cares. $28 trillion. Now, with the new spending plan, it's supposed to be $3.5 trillion. We are going to be spending $111,000 per second just to create more Daniels. What do they say? What's the outstanding student loan debt? What is it? What is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's down here somewhere. Outstanding student loan debt. Let's see. Okay. I know it's red. Unfunded liabilities. All that shit's going up to unfunded student loan. Up 1.763 trillion. Within the next 2 years, it will be $2 trillion easily. So I'm going to leave you with this because I don't want to sound too unprofessional, despite the fact that that's just what it is. But let's see. There was another. I had another story lined up. Biden student loan. Okay, so in the news, 5 reasons why Biden hasn't canceled the student loan debt yet. Now, first, oh god damn it, I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you. Okay, so I guess I can't read that one. I had it. Oh my god, you again. I'm not paying you. Okay, let's try this one. The Hill. Don't call me now. Biden has canceled over $9 billion, but the majority of the money. See, they keep trying. Biden canceled over $9 billion, but I already read this article. The majority of the money is going to disabled people. But bottom line is, these are the reasons he can't cancel student loan debt. First of all, because it involves money, that's the Congress's job. That's not Biden's job. Furthermore, there's almost $2 trillion worth of debt. You can't make $2 trillion disappear. You just can't do it. And 1.7 might as well be 2. You can't do it. He doesn't have that authority. No president has that authority. The Congress has the power of the purse. See, they don't teach civics anymore because they want everybody to be fucking stupid and not know the way this government's actually supposed to work. But yeah, the Congress has the power of the purse. Biden does not have this power. Not as a president. He can't even take his military budget and spend that on student loans. He can't do that. That's unconstitutional. He could get impeached for it. In fact, right now, he's battling the Supreme Court as to whether he can even extend these moratoriums, which constitutionally he's not supposed to. Unfortunately, what they don't want to have is millions of people in the streets fighting and creating crime and shit. So they're trying not to evict these people all at once, which is what would otherwise happen if we were, not in the situation of welfare stateism that we are in. But you know what? I'm just going to give you these articles. Hopefully you have subscriptions to Forbes because I'm not paying them. I'm not paying Wall Street Journal. I'm not paying them. I get my news free. I'm not paying y'all. I'm not going on anybody's subscription because that would create too much debt. And then I would end up just like Daniel in debt with a chain around my neck. This is what we're doing. I want y'all liberal feminists to take a good look. I know y'all are laughing at it. Y'all are laughing because y'all think this shit is funny. But these men who won't grow up to be the men of tomorrow are not going to be pushing this country forward. We're just going to replace everybody. We're going to replace all of you with Afghans, and we're going to pay them, what is it, $2,500 a month, $2,300 a month? That's what we're going to do. That's the only way out. We're going to get as many foreigners as we can, people who have a culture, people who have a family-oriented culture, and we're going to replace you all with Daniel right here. Daniel with that purple fingernails and the white Apple Watch band and the friendship bracelet that he got from Timmy and his PlayStation 5 so that more and more young men can choose video games over casual hooking up. And they can all end up a bunch of brainwashed civil servants or service sector workers. delivering DoorDash, delivering Uber Eats. I saw somebody bring Uber Eats. All they had to do was deliver a cup of soda, and the person didn't even give them a tip. That's what you want for the future of this country? You want a bunch of Daniels? Is that what you want? Daniel, I have nothing against Daniel. I'm just saying it's a damn shame what they've been allowed to do. And my only question is, when are people going to wake up and take this country back so that we're not producing Daniels here? We don't want to produce Daniels anymore. We can't deal with these purple fingernails. We can't. We just can't deal with it. And this horrible cable management. Can't deal with it. So the question is, and that's the question I'm going to pose to you, how are you going to fight back against this liberal feminist insanity? How are you going to fight back? Stop calling me. How are you going to fight back so that we can prevent Daniels from being created? We don't want Daniels. We want men that can fix the shades, not tie them to the hook. That is the laziest thing you can do. Go out, get a drill. It took me 5 minutes to install new shades. I wasn't sitting there on my ass playing PlayStation 5 with my bed so close to my desk and my window that I might get sick because of the shades being up and letting the air in on my head. I might wake up evaporated. I might get sick. This is what y'all have created. Y'all have created a bunch of Daniels. So the question I ask again, how are we going to fight back against this liberal feminist toxicity so that we can create the men of tomorrow, the women of tomorrow, the students of tomorrow, instead of watching it all go down the drain because somebody wants to force me to not label my child a male or a female so that they can end up just like Daniel right here. How are we going to fight back?